Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will be talking about primarily the game between Mainz and Borussia Dortmund, and then I will talk a bit about the games that happened and show how I affect the table before the games there today. So yes, if we start with the Dortmund game, Dortmund had control of the game was back and forth in the first half hour until Dortmund gets a red card where Everton completely misses the tackle and just go through the player, so it completely fell out. It was a dangerous and idiotic tackle, and if he does that, he needs to make sure, but he completely gives the ball and just takes the player. So you can even get to the point where you can discuss if he was actually going for the ball. I think he was, but it's a fair red card. There's not really much to say about that. And Slugger of course get a yellow in the situation because because they need to, because he's discussing. And from there on, Mainz just have the momentum of the game. They score a goal in the next 12 minutes. They have the momentum to score 2-1 0, and you think, okay, they have been in complete control since the red card. Then first time Dortmund gets close to their goal. They score to 1-1. They get a penalty, they score to 1-1. And you think, okay, they can hold this to the half, they actually have a chance in this game. But this Dortmund team is not one that's good at keeping it together. We've seen multiple times this season. We saw it against the Champions League. We now see it here. Like, you score in the 40th minute and you concede in overtime. Yes, you're a man down, and people say, oh, you can't expect it. But you are in those 18 minutes of overtime, you concede 2 goals and score 1. So this is not really good, and Dortmund needs to find a way to actually keep their game consistent and need to find a way to stall games, not waste time, but find a way to actually maybe keep control, because if their plan is to defensively keep it, they need to work on defending as a team, because I often see momentum like this. Then Mainz scored third goal and the game just gets nowhere. Dortmund has one chance really in the second half, feels like, and yeah, as you can see, momentum. Mainz just continue the same if you look at stats. Like, Dortmund has 2 chances. This is the one they have in the 83rd minute. This is the penalty. But actually, Kostenkiel easily has scored. Or not, Mainz, sorry, not Kostenkiel. It's joking. Mainz could easily have scored way more. All their chances are in around, or most of their chances besides these 2 are in around in the box. And they could easily have scored more goals. Like, Dortmund's keeper has 6 saves, which is actually, he's the best player for Dortmund today. But Dortmund continues this boring or annoying trend where in the Bundesliga they win one, they lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one. And you think, oh, then you lose to the big teams. No, it's at random. They lost to Berlin, then they beat St. Pauli, then they lost to Augsburg, then they beat Leipzig, that at this point was even with Bayern Munich, and now, yes, they played a gameless, but after that lost to Dortmund. They will always be 3 points behind, and then they lose to Mainz that also haven't had a good streak going. I mean, the last team they beat was the promoted team in St. Pauli, and then they drew Mönchengladbach and drew Freiburg, which is Dortmund next game. So if they continue the trend, they will win the next game. Then if we talk a bit about some surprises, we had 2 draws. The surprising one is Leverkusen versus Bochum, where Bochum in the late minutes gets a draw and gets a second point of the season. Bayern had a hard time beating somebody, only win 1-0, which was surprising because Bayern beats almost everyone with a lot of goals. Costa and Kiel will Bremen ends 2-1. Again, that was a draw most of the time. And we had the top game between Union Berlin and Freiburg on Friday that ended 0-0. So 5th and 6th. Dortmund is only 7 because Dortmund is now 7, but they will have a hard time getting higher because they will probably now win the next game, which will let them get up to above 5th. But then they will lose the game after that if they don't break the streak. And break it in the positive way, not the negative way. So we've learned that Dortmund is not a great team at defending or not a very consistent team. They play one good game, one bad game, one good game, one bad game. And even if you look at like their midweek, like if you look at they beat Sturm 1-0 in a late score in the Champions League, but they are not like a really good team. So they're not the Dortmund, but the title challengers team. They'll probably in Freiburg lose to Munich. Yeah. And as we talked about, Bochum is the last place team. They got another point against Bayer Leverkusen. Holstein Kiel still have 5 points because they have a win over Heidenheim. And Hoffenheim have not played yet. So we have a Dortmund team that is not really that good or that consistent. I mean, they are consistent, but they're consistent in a bad way because they played a really good game against RB Leipzig, and then they lose to Mainz that have struggled this season. They play a really good game against Somali, and then they lose to it's not consistent enough, and this is where they will have a problem this year in the Bundesliga to actually get anywhere. Is Dortmund on? Because this is not the Bundesliga fixtures. Like we have Leipzig that needs to revenge for Dortmund, but they're meeting Gladbach. Then we have Augsburg, Hoffenheim. Augsburg should win that. And then we have Stuttgart, Frankfurt, and Heidenheim, Wolfsburg. So as you can see right now, the round 9 seems weak so far. We had a lot of, even though some partly lost, they have there's some new players. Their keeper had a really good game. But yeah, Dortmund, surprise, surprise, loses again to Mainz. Yes, the red card definitely sure, but this is just a problem for Dortmund now. And let's just continue on with the problems. They already have a large problem with injuries, which is why Meyer is in goal. Like Dortmund's squad is already here. As you can see, they already have a long list of injury, and these red cards will not help. So Dortmund is in a bit of a crisis. Like I know it sounds weird to say a team is 7th in mid-table in the Bundesliga is a bit of a crisis, but it is a bit of a crisis for a big team like Dortmund that they can't seem to put a win streak together, and they are on a 0 goal difference, 18-18. Like as you can see, it is actually almost. They have gone 50-50 this season. They have had one draw, and that's the only reason they are not 50-50 this season. So yeah, Dortmund continued their bad streak of winning one and losing one, at least that's a losing streak. But they are lucky that a lot of the other results go their way. That Leverkusen dropped a lot of points by drawing the last ball. But they're already, like, I don't think they catch up to Bayern, which, of course, Dortmund's goal is always Champions League spots. And they are lucky that the other 3 teams above them are playing bad, while they can actually seem to string it together. Like, they should lose the next 2 games to Freiburg and Munich, but they will probably win against Freiburg because they lost today. And then they will probably lose to Bayern because Bayern is the best team in the Bundesliga this season. like most seasons, but this season they actually are. So yeah, that's it for today. See you next time. To my left, there will be another video. Tomorrow, down below right, there will be my channel to subscribe to. See you.